Hi everyone. Are you interested in sewing? Have you ever tried to sew? Do you own a sewing machine? Well, I thought we'd do a sewing series. Let's start out with how to pick a pattern. Now, if you're a first-time sewer, I recommend you get something extremely easy. Do not find something complicated. It'll discourage you and you will give up, and that would be a shame. Sewing is a nice way to be creative. And you can make your own clothing or make your own style that nobody else has, so you can be original too. All right. Well, first thing is, where do we get a pattern from? Well, there's Joann Fabrics and there's Hobby Lobby. They carry patterns, and Walmart carries patterns. Those are the three that I know of that is pretty nationwide, and you shouldn't have a problem getting it there. When you go to the store, you go look for the material department. In Joann's, that's easy to find because it's mostly about material. But if you go back where the cutting stations are at, where they cut fabric, you will find big catalogs just full of different types of patterns. They have different manufacturers of patterns like McCall's, See & Sew, Butterick, they're another one. Anyway, they've got quite a few. So you would find a catalog and you'd look through it, and you of course find the pattern that you would like to have, whether it be clothing. Sometimes they show you to do stuffed animals, they show you to do decorating, whichever one you're looking for. This particular pattern, I believe, is in a rotating carousel, and the patterns are just right there, and you just pick the right size that you want. It's not in a catalog. There is that option as well. This is a very easy pattern. This pattern shows how to make either a bib apron or just a regular waist apron. Once you have found the pattern that you like, you would look for the number, and that tells you where to find the pattern. If you're getting them from the catalog, you would find the number in the catalog. This is B5942. That is a number I would look up when I go to the big metal drawers. So right there, right where the catalogs are at, you would look for the drawer that says, okay, say it's a Butterick pattern, Butterick, and then it would give you a range of numbers within each drawer. You would find where this number would fit within the range of a particular drawer. You pull the drawer open and find this number. There's going to be a lot of different patterns in there, but you will find this number, and then you would want to find the right size. On this pattern piece, the envelope, it's on all envelopes by the way, there are the sizes that this pattern will make, and that's from age 3 through 8, little girls. So say you were 6 years old and you need to make a pattern for a 6-year-old. Well, you're covered because it does make 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. All right. Now if you look on the back of the pattern, it also has the number again. Make it really clear so you can see it. This number is all over the pattern. You can't miss it. If you need help on understanding the size of the child and will this pattern fit them, it does give you sizes. You would measure the chest, waist, and hips in this case. And it tells you, let's say a 3 to 4-year-old, their chest would maybe be 22 to 23 inches, 20 and a half to 21 inches in waist, and 24 hips. You would take your measuring tape and you would wrap it around the chest and see how many inches that is, wrap it around the waist, see how many inches that is, and wrap it around the hips and see how many inches that is. And then you would find on the chart here, does this pattern fit? Do any of these measurements fit within this pattern? And it looks like it does, right? Okay. Also, on the back, we see a drawn picture of our aprons. We now see that we want to make apron A, because I don't want to make the bib apron. I want to make just the lap apron that goes around your waist. On the back it tells you, you find apron A, and then it tells you of how many yards of fabric you will need in order to make that apron. I would look once again over here. I want to make my apron size 3 and 4. Well, then I would use these measurements here. If I want to make it 5 and 6, I use the center measurements. If I want to make 7 and 8, these measurements, because they're going to have you get a little bit larger as you go up. All right. I also see that I'm going to need some fusible interfacing. That is a particular type of fabric that they use to stiffen like a waistband or your tie, so it can hold up better than just the fabric alone. So you will need some of that, and that will tell you how much to get. You also get this in the fabric department. It's in a special place in the fabric department. You just ask the person there who's cutting for you. They will help you to find that. I like fusible, because fusible means you can iron it to the back side of your fabric, meaning there is a glue on the back side of your interfacing. It's not sticky, it's dry. You activate it by the iron, and that makes it much easier instead of just trying to sew it in. All right, so that gives you that. Now if you go further down, it also recommends what type of fabric to use. Well, this is an apron, and it's probably going to be used for cooking. So I'm going to tell you right now, I recommend cotton. Any type of cotton. They recommend cotton, cotton blend, calico. That's still a form of cotton. Novelty prints. Novelty prints is like a really fun print. Maybe like this, or it has, oh, I don't know, Disney, any type of wild print you like. You can use that too. They do not recommend obvious diagonals. Okay, a diagonal, of course, your pattern, say it's stripes. You would lay running from tip to tip. And they don't recommend that, because it would be very hard to match up the pieces and make it look nice. They do recommend you just get something that looks nice straight up and down or from side to side. And it's much easier to put together too. We know with pattern A now, if you see this pattern, it has 3 types of material. This is called contrast. We have one material for the underneath skirt, a different material for the top side of the skirt, and then even a different material for the pocket. That's contrast. You don't have to do it in contrast, you can do it all the same, but this is more interesting, isn't it? And I urge you, go crazy. I get wild patterns if you like, it doesn't matter. This one with the bib has bric-a-brac. And this comes in a little package. And this also has yellow ruffles. You buy that by the yard. And just go crazy, right? All right, one last thing on the back here. Once we've gotten past our recommendations of what type of material we're going to use, it also has notions. Now, notions are little things that they think might make your finished product more interesting, or sometimes you just need it. Like if you're going to need a button or a zipper, that would be under notions. In this case, we're not going to need a button or a zipper, so most of the notions here are just ideas to make your apron more fun. Like if you want to put pretty little buttons on there, or you want to bling it up, or add different types of lace, it would tell you how much you need down here, and it just gives you an idea what to use. On the back, when they're talking about giving recommendations for the type of material that you use, sometimes you will see with nap or without nap. And the best way to explain something with nap is, the best way I can explain it is to use a couple different types of material. Maybe just get a pillowcase at home. Feel your pillowcase. Feel how soft and smooth that is, and how thin the fabric is. It's not real thick. It's nice, thin, smooth finish. This is a tight pile. Then we have a towel. And look at that. Look how thick that is. And we can see how it's woven. And also another type of fabric that has nap on it would be velvet. I urge you, when you go to the store, to look at different fabrics and familiarize yourself with fabrics that have nap and those that do not. Go check out the velvet. Run your hand across it. You can feel it. It feels different as opposed to cotton. Sheets are normally cotton. So that's the type of fabric you're looking for. Just a tighter woven fabric. I don't recommend this with nap, even though they do say with nap. I don't. Stick with cotton, you'll be happy. Next time we're going to talk about the little icons, so you know what that means, as opposed like darts, how to read the instructions, like double thickness, single thickness, the grain line, cutting line, your seam allowance. We will discuss that next time. Okay. Alrighty, join me next time.